So, Sheriff Nottingham wants to impose tax on pussies, eh? Well, we won't pay it. Because in this land, and in all lands, pussy is free.
Let's hear it for Throbbing Hood. And let's hear it for that free pussy. Jerry!
Seinfuck. The cultural impact of the Avatar movies is insignificant in the long run.
Oh, come on.
Literally Pocahontas in space.
I wish I had the passion that James Cameron clearly has it for it.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's a really funny series of movies just because early these last two, again, I guess they filmed like, 3 in succession. Now they're going to release them like once a year or something like that.
Yeah, they filmed a lot of them.
Well, I don't know. One of my favorite things about it, favorite bits of trivia about that movie is the fact that like in 2008 or 9 when it came out, there was like a collective depression among people who watched the movie because they'll never get to go to Pandora. Yeah,
it's the Skyrim problem, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. Where it's just like gamers are a little used to that. Like, you know, they grew up in a lot of like cool worlds that they'll never be able to inhabit.
Places that don't exist.
And sure, they'll be able to do it in video games, but then like people over 40 started watching Avatar and it was like one of the most well-watched, highest grossing movies ever. And they're just like, oh, damn, I don't get to fuck blue people.
That is a shame. That is a fucking shame.
Yeah, it's everyone with like a giant... like a giantess fetish is screwed.
Yeah, you don't want to throat that tail there, Malcolm.
Yeah, wait, deep throat that tail? Is that what you just...
Yeah, because their sex organs are on their tails.
They're on their hair, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the hair tail. Their ponytail, sorry.
All right, well, for your consideration, gentlemen, green women.
just if this is a video, I'm just imagining like a slideshow of like orc and goblin women.
Just women that I've painted green in Photoshop very crudely.
You just like put like you made their ears pointy. Ladies and gentlemen, green women.
I've made their tits and asses huge.
It's just it's to the backing of I Will Remember You. I will remember you.
Isn't that just like another Zoe Saldana character? It's just green women.
Yes. Oh my god.
It's good to pretend, you know?
It's good to fantasize, you know? No, it's not poisoning our minds and reevaluating our relationships with real women at all.
No, I can always paint my significant other green if I want to.
I love that one GIF you sent me of one time when we were talking about this earlier, and it's just a guy painting grass green.
I'm a troubleshooter, you know. I think in practicality.
He thinks of solutions. You don't think about problems. You think about solution.
I have to bring up for the sake of prosperity, because who knows who will remember this.
For the sake of prosperity?
For prosperity.
Posterity, Harper.
Oh boy.
For the sake of posteriors.
That's a good one. Go on.
There's a guy who gave himself brain damage so he could play Skyrim for the first time again.
No!
Yes! King shit!
That is king shit, though. I will
Unfortunately, when he came to, he remembered how to play. And
it'd be funny if he forgot everything but Skyrim.
That would be the ultimate punishment. That's God just like, you tried.
No. Not in my house.
Let it go, bro.
Yeah, let it go, bro.
Who are you? I'm your mother. Don't you want to play some Skyrim? It's your favorite. And he's just like, no, I played this before.
Yeah, lady, I know what this is.
Yeah, I don't know who you are, lady, but I remember where all the items are, where all the quests are, and it's still 5 years out for the next Elder Scrolls game.
God, who are you, Todd Howard, trying to get me to play Skyrim again for the 8 millionth time?
I was just having an idea, and it's a new idea for me. I'm Todd Howard, and I just wanted to say, and this is a completely new idea. What if you played Skyrim again?
Hold on, just one moment, Todd. One moment, Todd. Hi,
yes,
my name is Hod. My name is Hod Toward. I think that's a great idea.
Todd Howard. That would be funny if Todd Howard actually like did the same thing as the kid. He gave himself brain damage so he could make Skyrim again.
That's stupid. That's the stupidest joke I ever heard in my life.
I think I'm gonna take this bat. I'm gonna bash my head in, and then I'm gonna recreate my masterpiece.
For the 16th time, I'm gonna release it. It's gonna be exactly the same.
Todd Howard's bleeding from that. He's like, I've got it.
I've got the idea that'll make us millions.
I know how we can tackle the Elder Scrolls 4.
Oh, fuck.
And they're just like, how'd you know?
How did you know? He actually, wait. So he went a game back.
Yeah, he gave himself too much brain damage.
That would be funny, though. The guy who played Skyrim, who gave himself brain damage to play Skyrim again, he forgot everything but Skyrim, but he'll play Oblivion again.
Oh, dude, sick Oblivion for the first time.
I love Oblivion.
Magic.
No, I don't. I've never played it.
What?
Really? It's actually pretty good.
Oblivion's good in like a charmingly shit kind of way.
Oh, yeah, the faces. Everyone in that game's got a butterface.
They look like potatoes. Another thing is the conversation minigame that they have to improve relationships with people feels like a slog.
It's very expensive, too, I think. One of the options is always just bribing.
And it does work a lot better than actually playing the game unless you're really good at it.
Mm.
But, it is literally just like a slide puzzle, and most people are just like good at it. It's like basic little bitch boy puzzles. And to that I say, stop making fun of me. And it's a good game otherwise.
I mean, it would be hilarious if that worked in real life. You like walk up to someone, it's just like, hey, tell me everything about you. Like, what? No, why would I do that? Okay, well, here's $100. Talk.
It's more like they look at you and they say joke, and you're just like, that's not funny.
Stop trying to make me laugh.
Threaten, and they're just like, oh.
Okay, well, here's $100.
I always thought the people that like being threatened were so funny because like they're smiling and they're just like, oh.
Like there's a lot of masochists in this universe.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and they're just like, yeah.
How are you gonna do it?
It's like licking of the lips. You're like,
I'm gonna step on your big toe. And they're like,
I guess that's okay.
Oh, that would sting for a few seconds.
It's like,
Anyway.
oh, you don't want to use that big sword on me.
Oh, God. I hope you don't fucking kill me.
I'd hate to be penetrated by your massive sword.
This is the masochist who takes everything too far.
Yeah, you're like, it's like, and then it's like, so do you like my my new game? I recreated from memory, and it's just that.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your consideration, Argonians.
Just say, I will remember you.
Yeah, Todd Howard was really on the noogie when he fucking put the Khajiit and the Argonians in the game. Like, who invited them? It's the skooma. They're lizard people.
Cat people and lizard people.
You ever think about crocodiles and alligators and shit?
What about them?
Well, it's just weird that they're, in our world and exist.
They're just lizards, man.
Just huge lizards. They're aquatic, huge lizards.
That have been around for like 60 million years, yeah.
Well, you haven't been around for 60 million years, Robert, and you've absorbed a good deal more of the world than a crocodile will,
Fair, but I don't know. Lizards.
So here's the thing. You see an alligator, you're driving and you see an alligator in the middle of the road. What is your reaction?
Swerve around it?
I stop and I try to make friends with him.
That's what's so Canadian about you.
That's what they call you, Malcolm One Hand McLeod.
Yeah, I stop and they try to make friends, and it tries to attack me, but I go, "Do you want a little meth? Do you want a little meth?" I assume this all takes place in Florida.
Yes, of course. That's where all the alligators are.
I say, "Do you want some meth?" And then the alligator goes, "Oh," and then we become friends.
Yeah, he rails a fat line of meth.
Yeah, it goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, you heard about Cocaine Bear. Now get ready for Meth Gator.
Oh, guys, we're rich. We're rich. Put it on the script pile. We need to put it out.
Put it in the pile.
Put it in the pile. We got it ready.
What's that terrible movie studio that puts out like Sharktopus versus fucking giant?
The Asylum.
Yeah, we gotta get Asylum in on this big action here.
From the makers of Sharknado comes Meth Gator.
No.
I'd rather get the people from God's Not Dead just to make it weird.
Well, Robert, we can't have everything we want, and Asylum is on board.
You've got the email back already?
Yeah, they have an automatic response.
Yeah, they said they're in. They've sent out the script. Looks like Reginald Bell Johnson is going to have a part in it.
Oh, sick! Let's go.
Looks like Jaleel White wants in on this action.
Oh wow!
He's Urkel.
Yeah, we know he's Urkel.
They said Justin Roiland would write for it because he needs to recover some PR, but
Oh god!
Oh, no. I love how that shit came out about Justin Roiland like the week or two after his game came out. What is it? Life something? What is that dumbass shooter game?
These allegations date back to like 2020. They're just back up, you know. They're just resurfaced maliciously.
Yeah, it said they were all partially like sealed, and now they all got unsealed at the same time as this game comes out.
What is that game called? Why can't I think of? Oh, High on Life. High on Life. Yeah, the week or two after High on Life came out, he gets the domestic abuse allegations. Fuck.
Yeah, it sucks.
Hopefully the guy rots if everything's true, but you know.
Yeah, here's the thing: is I've never liked Rick and Morty. I think it's not all that funny. Not because I don't like the kind of comedy he's doing. I think it's fine. I just think that it's like anxiety producing to a point, and that can be funny. Like I like comedians that play on anxieties for sure. But it's just like when it's the only joke you tell, I get really sick of it.
You know what? You don't like your humor to be like, and the me blurps are in the bop blurp, like that's what it's more like jokes are.
It's more like, I don't know, Morty, your facile behavior is really making me question our relationship. I really.
Oh, Rick, I don't know, Rick, I don't know.
I think I enjoy the first season or about, and then it got really weird. The one thing that I'll be against you on this here, Harper, is that they also have a second joke, and that joke is just called incest.
Yeah, the incest and the cuckold thing, I think, is also a big joke on the show.
There's weird stuff with Dan Harmon and incest.
Yeah, Dan Harmon is like a suspected pedophile, isn't he?
No.
It's that he did a Channel 5 sketch.
Channel 5.
Oh no. Well, sorry. I guess Channel 5's also having some issues.
Yeah, it's branded now, so we have to move on.
I saw a tweet today, where like this morning, where someone was like, "There's a guy right now who loves Channel 5 and Rick and Morty, and he's having the worst week of his life."
Week of his life, yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Oh,
he's not doing so well.
He's like, oh, everything's shit.
Oh, Rick.
Morty. Listen,
there's going to be genocide, Morty.
The Bushworld Adventures is the hardest I've ever laughed at Rick and Morty, and it wasn't even a Rick and Morty episode. It was written by the guy who now does Smiling Friends with Zach Hadel.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I love Smiling Friends. That's something, I don't know if we've said it on the podcast before, but Smiling Friends is probably one of my favorite shows of the last 5 years at least.
It's single-handedly saved adult animation in the West.
Might be a little extreme, but it's really good.
100% unironic when I say that.
Listen, Rick and Morty is the only show in which David Zaslav will not cut it. He's like,
will not.
David Zaslav, you mean? Yeah.
Zaslav, yeah. Zaslav Alavaloo. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, the guy really best known for his producing of the show Toddlers and Tiaras.
Here's my personal promise to you, loyal Seinfucks. If I ever become rich and famous beyond calculation, I will not even message minors. I promise.
Wait. You will not even?
No, I won't touch one. I won't look at one. I won't think of them.
If I have kids, they're dead to me.
They're consigned to a boarding school in the Alps.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you were British there, Harper.
Huh?
Oh, because all the British people send their kids to boarding school. Anyway.
Sure. I want to talk about something, but I'll just stick by saying.
Oh, is this a segment?
One of your world famous segments?
No, it's more like a flub because I almost just went straight into talking about something I wanted to talk about, which wouldn't.
We'll talk about it.
Just talk about it.
No, there's no reason to.
Listen, if you're having a hard time with segments, I described our podcast into an open AI program.
Oh no! God damn it!
To give us some topics.
Let's see it. Go ahead.
Oh my god. Okay, go on.
So it suggested 9 different topics to me, and here they are. There is so the first one is the Hops King's top 5 Indian pale ales. That's where Harper shares
That's awesome. That's awesome on a podcast where only 2 people or only 1 person likes APAs and the other 2 are vocal about hating them.
Let's talk about Voodoo Ranger, boys. It's the most commercialized IPA. However, tasty, efficient in terms of your consumption to drunkenness ratio, and there's a hint of flavor in each different IPA. Now, let's talk about the body of the drink, okay?
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
You guys are haters. Frankly.
Yes, we are. I will proudly wear that badge.
All right, we'll just cut Robert tequila. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's a whiskey
We'll
man.
cut Robert Delilah's tequila hour.
Thank
right,
you.
Look, I've had something to drink. You've had something to drink. What's the next AI recommended topic?
Yeah.
The next IA recommended topic is called Robert's China Diaries, where Robert...
What?
We're sending you to Guangdong.
Boy, work on those chopstick skills. Get out there.
You ever seen that clip from that weird movie where it's like the guy from Balls of Fury? He's like, send him to Detroit.
No, anything but Detroit. It's a good one.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm going to China and doing a diary series, apparently.
Well, it's not just that. It goes where Robert shares his experience traveling to China and losing his virginity.
Whoa!
Wait,
That's awesome.
Wait. So I'm theoretically 13. The year how old I was when I lost my virginity, and I went to China.
In America, you lost your virginity, but your Chinese virginity is intact, if I'm not mistaken.
No, this is Alt Universe Robert.
Universe.
Alt Universe Robert, where he went to China at 13 and lost his virginity.
This is not a expanded universe kind of deal. It's not a cinematic universe, Robert.
We were just talking about Rick and Morty. What's the
Robert
problem
Delilah's
there?
cinematic universe is still intact. I have to let you know that your Chinese virginity is not taken.
No. Okay, what's next? These are actually pretty damn hilarious. Even if AI is killing the art industry, it's helping us.
Yeah, well, it'll help us write our novels too, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
The next one is and this one I put this through the AI like 2 or 3 times, and this one came up every single time, which was Trauma Tales.
I couldn't think of anything better myself.
Where Robert and Malcolm share their personal stories of trauma and how they have coped with it.
Oh my God.
And Harper laughs. I'm just left out.
Harper's not in this clip. He just sort of sits idly by.
Harper's a well-adjusted person, I'll have you know.
No, I'm not. I'm fucking not at all. I'm drunk on a Saturday morning.
Oh my God.
You know, well, you're not drunk. You were doing your Hop King's top 5 Indian.
Yeah, it's not alcoholism if you're taste testing.
You're not supposed to swallow, but there's nowhere to spit, so I don't know what to do.
So, looks like I'm out of luck.
Oh, wow, a 20% alcohol IPA. I don't mind if I do.
No, don't mind if I do. Oh,
glug, 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 glug. Oops, there's nowhere to spit. Glug, 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 glug.
Oh, that's great.
We have to actually do the trauma segment.
Well, the Trauma Tales was just our Christmas episode.
Oh,
yeah.
No! Damn it! Okay, what's the next one?
It was kind of our Christmas episode.
Well, no, I mean, it's a new year, new stories to share.
Yeah.
New me.
New traumatic stories that we're going to share.
Exactly.
But the fucking thing with that is just Sasha's going to get a giant kick out of that. I don't know why he's decided that everything I talk about is trauma.
Yeah, well, speaking of Sasha, there is a Sasha segment that they suggested. It's called this is the AI dubbed it the Louis C.K. conundrum.
Go on.
It's where the group discusses Sasha's impersonations of Louis C.K. and John Mulaney and other comedians and the ethics of impersonation in comedy.
Oh no, our jobs are so fucked. The AI it's perfect. It's so funny.
Wait, so we're just going to have like a marathon of Sasha impersonating problematic comedians?
Awesome.
Apparently.
Fucking
Awesome.
incredible. We need that. Actually, we legitimately need that.
Next time Sasha's on,
We're doing
I'm
that.
talking the guy who played Kramer, Louis C.K.
Michael Richards.
Michael Richards.
Richards, Louis C.K., Justin Roiland. Oh,
That's
my
awesome.
Lord. Okay, go on.
There's there's this one that they just called The Deathbed, which is where Robert, Malcolm, and Harper discuss their thoughts and fears about death and how they hope to be remembered when they pass away.
Jesus
What podcast are we recording here? I thought this was a comedy.
I know I get depressing about it sometimes, but damn.
I like how this AI is literally just like trauma, death, drinking,
Problematic comedian.
I at one point tried to do like get them to do like a little script, and I was going to share the script of like what they thought the podcast would be.
The segment would be, yeah.
The segment would be, and when I inputted, this was the response, which was, "I'm sorry, but I'm not able to generate a script for your podcast as it contains content that is offensive and not suitable for public consumption.
Oh man.
It is important to be mindful of the language and topics used in comedy, as they can be hurtful to certain individuals and groups. It is always best to aim for content that is respectful and inclusive."
This AI thinks we're dropping hard R's in this.
I don't understand.
The only hard R I drop is let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Probably what got us. Let's be honest. Probably what got us. Oh my god.
Does it listen to our episodes where I describe such people?
Such. God damn it. I feel like this is the cue, guys. We know now. The podcast isn't funny.
That's not true.
No. It's the AI is stupid.
Robert, how do you want to be remembered after you die?
I want to be forgotten.
What's the next subject, Malcolm?
Yeah, go into the next one then.
Well,
That's a joke. Just to preface, that's a joke.
Well, they have one where they call Brewing with Frog, where the group drinks and discusses different drinks and cocktails made with frog, and have special guests from the drink industry to join in.
The smile on my face, meter wide, at least a meter wide.
My face is actually starting to hurt from smiling in this too.
I like to start with some 1800s Jose Cuervo silver, especially the blue agave.
Oh, nice. Wonderful.
Now, what I do with the frog in this instance is I put it in some gelatin, all right? And I take the rind of this lime here. You see that? Looks good. And I put it, excuse me, Malcolm, please don't interrupt. I put it around the gelatin and cut it out and wedge it on the side of my tequila glass that I've salted. All right, Malcolm, bottoms up. Tell me what you think.
Delicious. It's warm and thick.
Yeah, it looks like the frog hasn't mixed with the tequila at all. It's like sits on top of it.
The guy just sits on top.
That's supposed to mix. It's a gelatin. It's a hot gelatin insert that you're supposed to bite after the tequila's been
It's a mold.
It's a mold.
That's awesome. Okay, what's you said there were 9. I think we're at like 6 or something.
Yeah, this is number 6.
Number 6. Okay, the other one they had, which was just, there's a couple that aren't that great, like they did, but I'll read them out. One is called The Cancer Chronicles, which is,
Oh my god.
I don't understand.
We already talked about how everyone in my family gets cancer. Now the AI just knows.
Well, we didn't talk about that on the podcast, but
We
go
didn't.
ahead.
That's right. Okay, go on.
Yeah, well, this one, it assumes, it says Robert talks about his experience with cancer and how has it changed his perspective on
Oh my
life.
god.
Oh my god,
Oh my
it
God.
knows.
What?
I don't
Oh
get
my
it.
god. What the fuck is going on with this AI?
This is some deeper learning than
What
I was
did you
expecting.
teach this AI?
What did you teach it?
I just say, like, listen, the AI is not that smart. I feel like people want the AI to be smarter than it is, and it's not that smart.
And how did it know Robert had cancer?
I don't have cancer. Preface, I don't have cancer.
He's never had cancer. Robert's never had cancer. He's not.
Most of my
yet.
family just gets cancer.
And he might never
As far
have
as he
cancer.
knows.
I'm probably going to die of cancer.
And then he'll be forgotten.
I'm sorry, everyone in my family who has died in the last, I want to say 10 years, except for my great grandma, I guess, has died of cancer. Including I forgot another one I mentioned before the podcast was my mom's dad died of cancer as
I
well.
didn't even know he was sick.
Skin cancer.
Oh my god. Let's see there. Oh, we're at 7 now. Number 8 is one that just calls voiceover with Sasha, which is Sasha shares behind the scenes of voice acting in some of his notable projects.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure Sasha put that one in there himself.
Yeah, I'm sure that's wait, it's not that's funny. It's not an AI, it's just Sasha suggesting.
It's just Sasha trying to get a plug for his fucking Fiverr again.
Yeah.
You bastard. I've sent
Yeah.
you so much money. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
Sasha, insert the Fiverr link, but you have to start with like HTTPS, like
The
that.
full link. No tiny link bullshit. You put
Yeah.
this whole thing.
Put a negligible sample like the way it is, like doo 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 doo. That's just the way it is, That's a good one for the infomercials.
/FIVER_FIVER.com/SACHACHUS_BAND ==
Some things will never change.
Also, punctuate the beginning and end of that skit with a fart noise, a very loud fart noise.
No,
Thank you.
no. Not a fart noise, a coughing noise.
Fart noise.
Because we're dying of cancer.
Next.
All right, and then the last one is they just go the best of Seinfuck, a collection of the funniest and most interesting segments from previous episodes.
Hey guys, you
This
know
is all
how we
the-
only have like a dozen episodes out right now, and
It's the best
Yeah.
of Seinfuck.
the best of Seinfuck. Burnout, burnout,
Yeah.
Such classic bits as Italian or porn star.
burnout, burnout, burnout. It was Bowler or porn star.
Oh, well. Same difference.
Rocco Siffredi.
There's just a full hour of me talking about trauma.
What's the most favorite frog bit of the Seinfuck listeners? Find out at the end of our second bonus cassette tape.
Number 5.
Number 5.
No, we have to do it like chills.
Number 5. Frog in the microwave.
You might not think about microwaving your soft drinks, but can't do it. Harper, do a better one. Do a better one. I can't do that impression.
You open the fridge and there's a square can. You take it out of its vessel and nuke it for 5 minutes. Once it's nice and hot, you pour it in a cup. If I were seeing that in my house, I would slurp on it until I was a little green stain.
Okay, so we have one more bit, I think.
No, that was the last one. Was
that the last one? Damn it.
Yeah, that's a great bit, Malcolm. Can we get a rousing applause for that?
Yeah, let's get some
Yeah.
Sasha. Get
Fantastic.
some clapping in there for that fantastic bit that Malcolm cheated
Yeah,
on by
Sasha.
giving it to an AI.
Sasha, throw a for Malcolm in the end.
Don't put and put in like just marching sounds and some army
Put the hell
sort
march
of
in from Red Alert.
put the Soviet national anthem in.
Sayo
We can't God damn it.
We'll get content flagged.
Just put Mussolini's best speech in there. Just put it in.
It's just him hanging upside down. Yeah, that was a great speech by Mussolini. I love the part where my grandma spit on him.
Your grandma didn't spit on Mussolini.
No, she didn't.
No.
She was old enough to, I think. My great grandma, at least.
Yeah, that was really good.
But what's your question?
Yeah, a few of those will be actually recycled into material at a later time.
Yeah, let's actually make sure we do write that down. Maybe not the best of Seinfuck or the cancer bit, but some of those were actually really good.
Once we reach episode 100, I think our 100th episode should just be a best of episode, like totally cop out instead of doing a big.
But then just release a second 100th episode.
Yeah, it's two. It's episode 100 and episode 100.
Everything is the same, like the description, the name, the when it was uploaded, so everyone thinks it's like a copy of it, but it's completely different.
Yeah, it has to run the exact same amount of time, like it's like a second.
Which is really like disrespectful to our audience.
Yeah, really make Sasha work for that one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What if Flubber crawled up your dick, you know?
Wait, I mean, didn't that actually happen? And like it went. Well, actually, no, it didn't crawl up his dick. It went through his mouth and then out his ass. I think one of the characters in that. Like, do you remember that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, an all the way through fetish is truly what makes the writer.
Do you not remember there, Malcolm? There's a bit in the Flubber movie with Robin Williams where the Flubber, the green gelatinous thing, launches into a guy's mouth and then goes like a couple seconds later, comes out the man's ass.
I forgot about that, but I am not surprised. I mean, the 90s were wild.
The 90s were wild.
Let's table Robin Williams getting sounded by goo for a second.
Okay, yeah, go on.
You guys remember Kangaroo Jack?
Yeah.
How disappointed were you?
I wasn't.
How disappointed were you seeing all those commercials? No, hold on. You clock the commercials and it's just like it's a funny talking Australian kangaroo that's like thwarting some robbers. Then you get to the movie and Kangaroo Jack is not a funny talking kangaroo, except for in one scene where the robbers are hallucinating that Kangaroo Jack is a real entity.
He's just a normal kangaroo, yeah.
The families that were hoodwinked into seeing that fucking piece of shit. I will never forget, and I will never forgive the director of that movie. What's his fucking name? Name?
Wait. You'll never forget the director of that movie. What's his name? What's his name?
I'll never forget him. I swear to God. What the fuck's his name? I'll never forget him.
Castle Rock Entertainment. David McNally.
This sounds almost like you're doing the intro to Crash Bandicoot. Just like Sony Interactive Entertainment presents Crash Bandicoot. I love Crash Bandicoot.
Getting freestyle with it, Malcolm Slay.
I played that shit all like that was my game. Is that and Spyro the Dragon?
Yeah, the new ones aren't as good, unfortunately. The new Crash. Well, I mean, it's not like
it's unfortunately.
I think Mario's the only franchise that's improved with age.
Yeah. Sonic got worse. Crash got worse. Spyro didn't really happen. Actually, there was a game in like 2006 or something.
You still play Spyro from time to time, right?
Oh, 100%. I guess we'll go into that thing. So like usually like in a weird phase of my life, at least probably once a year, I'll go.
Damn.
And,
when I'm clinically depressed.
Yeah, every year. So I don't know about you guys, but every year I have this weird phase of my life.
Yeah,
I lock the doors. I turn off all the lights.
I do. No, you're not wrong.
I flick my nips.
Oh, damn.
I'll lock myself in my room, or if I'm living alone at the time, which has only happened like once or twice in my life, I'll just fucking veg out, order pizza, and then for like an entire weekend or like a few days.
What do you mean veg out?
As in I choose not to think.
You won't vegetate. Yeah.
Yeah, I vegetate, and I'll just play all the Spyros And sometimes I'll listen to Harry Potter, though that's kind of gotten a bit ruined for me.
I can picture you hugging your knees and rocking back and forth, listening to the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, well, I have the PS1 controller in my hand, and I'm just playing
The dim glow of the CRT, only thing illuminating.
Oh yeah, 100%. That is me. That is me. That is kind of a therapy I need about once a year. Usually after, like, you know, I've gotten fired or I've gotten broken up with,
or I've gotten fucked for the first time. Yeah. Like the whole thing, I have the same kind of general mindset. It happens to me a little bit more sporadically. It won't be every year or so. It'll be more like maybe once or twice every few months. I'll get.
God damn it! Stop trying to one up me.
You know, I'm actually always there, but I have Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, Ratchet. I loved Ratchet and Clank. I don't quite have as strong a memory as Spyro, but go on.
You know, it's a similar kind of collect-a-thon sort of.
It scratches that itch. Yeah.
3D platformer. My friends got me a CRT TV, like I said on a previous episode, and I ordered a lot of pizza since then, and I'm starting to have some health concerns based around the fact that one of my feet has turned black.
What? I thought you were going to say like couch rash or something like that.
No. I've just been playing a lot of Ratchet and Clank, and sometimes that happens.
Are you sure that's not diabetes?
What do you know about it? Can I see your fucking PhD, Delilah?
Sure. It's in Latin classics. No, it's not.
Yeah, Latin classics.
The diabetes comes from the Latin word diabetes.
Diabetes.
Let me see that. It's not in Latin. It's in English.
Technically, it's in Greek.
No, never mind.
Diabetes is a Greek word originally.
No, I was
most
saying
medical terminology is in Greek.
The joke was, you fucking beautiful.
Okay, go. Sorry.
That your PhD wasn't written in Latin; it was written in English.
Aren't much. Yeah, I guess that's right. They used to be written in Latin.
I hate you so goddamn much.
I do have Latin honors, though. I graduated summa cum laude.
How many men came in your ass to get that one?
At least 5.
That's based.
Oh my god. Actually, you know what? I was going to not share this as my segment. I might use a second segment, but there was one thing that I need to send you guys, which is fucking hilarious. So there's this thing that came out, it was a comic series that came out. I think it might have originally been like a newspaper serial, but it's called When We Get Back Home. And it was originally targeted, I'll put it in the chat right here. It's a comic book series, and it's called When We Get Back to Japan. It was targeted to American GIs. It came out in like 1953. A little thing I will say, I know I get into these little tangents where I just fall in love with something and share it on the podcast. The last one I did was the the Yelp with Cormac, and I'm betting that didn't do great because it's so esoteric. But this is kind of funny because, you know, on the topic of anime, I look at these little comic strips with little explainers, then it's cool, and it's by Bill Hume and John Annarino. It came out in 1953, and it's about American GIs coming home and sort of having like reverse culture shock experience where they got used to living in Japan, and so they're kind of joking about like, oh, this is how things would be if we got back to the States and we kept on trying to have some Japanese culture with it. But the funniest bit about it, I find, is that some of these are just like, it sounds like teenagers who first got into anime for the first time and they're just kind of doing like weird like Japanese stuff or like strictly to Japanese culture. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. Don't you dare snore at me. It's funny. God damn it.
No, I'm sure. I'm totally sure.
Yeah. That's so funny. It's very, very funny.
Very funny. Super funny. I'm laughing.
I'm laughing very hard.
I'm chuckling. Earnest chuckle, I swear.
Actually look at some of them because they're actually fucking funny.
On to my segment, boys.
Fuck up. God damn it, it's good.
I will check that out.
It's good. Why does everyone hates my segment? I'm going to play Crash Bandicoot.
Picture me rubbing my hands, you know. wringing my hands obsequiously, just like, yeah, Robert, it was so good, dude. So anyway.
That's the thing almost worse about that. Yeah, dude, that was That was so awesome.
So good.
Anyways, I'm gonna go do my thing now.
It's a legit cruise.
Well, there's one that's just like, yes, sir, everything is, what's the English word for dajobu?
Like you wouldn't know the English word for
this is just I'm gonna keep having these moments. I'm gonna keep having these moments where I just fall in love with something that's so fucking specific and esoteric that you guys just have no love for whatsoever.
I'll make a sting for it in Audacity. I'll rip some bad cheesy audio and put it before and after. It'll be great. The production increases for this podcast with every passing minute. Here's my sick, boys.
All right.
There's a lot of controversy surrounding the new Harry Potter game and its possibly anti-Semitic roots in suppressing a goblin uprising. And we're going to take a sorting quiz together.
All right.
This is from BuzzFeed.
No!
You've made it to Hogwarts, which means you've already bought a wand from Ollivanders. What's the material at its core? A phoenix feather, a dragon heartstring, or unicorn hair?
Wait, isn't this just Pottermore.com?
Shut the fuck up.
No, it's not Pottermore. It's BuzzFeed, all right? It's BuzzFeed,
It's
goddamn.
It's something completely different, but exactly the same.
Phoenix feather, dragon heartstring, or unicorn hair?
Aren't there more? I can't remember.
There's three.
There's three options. So do we pick together? Or are you going to do it like one for...
Let's pick together.
All right.
No, I'm going to go and get a real job.
All right.
I'll say the option 2.
Let's do Phoenix Feather.
Your dumbass was not even listening to the options. They were repeated 3 times. The second one. Number 2.
Let's do Phoenix Feather.
Phoenix feather it is.
Want to be like Harry Potter? I want his wand.
During the end of the year exams, you noticed that one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. You come up to the class anyway, but they're second. What do?
What?
You come up top of the class, but they're second, even though they were cheating. What do? Tell the professor that cheating is wrong? Nothing. Encourage the other student to admit what they've done? Or give them a high five.
Give them a high five, obviously.
I say fucking nothing. I say nothing because I mind my own goddamn business.
I give them a high five because cheating is cool in school.
It reminds me of an SNL skit, Robert, where they were doing like a presidential Republican candidate thing back in like 2011. Ron Paul was one of the candidates.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like, you come across a house full of burning puppies. What do? And Romney's just like, I braved the fire, just rescue them. And the other candidate's just like, whatever. And then they come to Ron Paul. He's just like, nothing. I'll let the puppies burn. It's none of my business.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my god. It's not my business. Okay, we can go with Malcolm's.
I'll give him a high five. You would be most hurt if a person called you weak, ignorant, unkind, or the N-word.
God, shut up! No!
It's boring. They didn't say the N-word. You'd be most hurt if a person called you weak, ignorant, unkind, or boring.
Boring.
Unkind.
Ooh, I'm going to say boring.
Okay, well, I'm outvoted.
You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent. They fire an unknown spell at you. What do you shout? Expelliarmus? Protego? Stupefy? Crucio? Do any of you fucking nerds know what these spells are?
Stupefy, I think, knocks people out.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
I have not read or watched a single Harry Potter piece of media. I want to put that out there.
Have you seriously not?
No, I think it's stupid.
See, my sister was like 11 when the books came out, so she sort of like absorbed it. And then when my brother and I were 11, the movies came out. And so like it was kind of, I know it sounds like incredibly lame to say it, but it was kind of important in our household as like a modern cultural touchstone.
How dare you?
I know.
You can't just cheapen the modern cultural touch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's a sacred plane in literature that only the best can reach. It's our Mount Rushmore, the modern cultural touchstone.
And it was built on media stories.
Media stories, not magic stories, media stories.
Yeah, listen. Right now, if this doesn't end with Harry Potter becoming a media story, I'm going to break.
I'm gonna fucking break.
Isn't it a media story because J.K. Rowling's a transphobe?
She's not a transphobe. She's a trans-exclusionary radical feminist.
Yeah, she's a turf.
She's a turf.
She's not afraid of
Yeah, she didn't write an entire novel under a pseudonym about a serial killer who dresses up like a woman.
Anyway.
That is a bad novel, by the way. I just want to preface, that is a bad novel.
I just want to interrupt the podcast. Our producer has reached out to me and asked that we honor the legacy of Martin Luther King on our podcast today.
What? But it's not even February.
Martin Luther King Day was Monday, Robert.
No, is it?
To date the podcast. Yes, it was. Well, it is important that we honor Martin Luther King, so I will say this. The sculpture that they unveiled in Boston that's a tribute to Martin Luther King looks fucking stupid.
Well, all statues look bad.
It's two arms hugging each other. It's not even having anything to do with... It's an embrace of Martin Luther King, and then I think his significant other, I don't fucking know, head, and
one of his
it's just two giant bronze arms. And even the onlookers were like...
Malcolm, that was dirty.
What did Malcolm say?
Malcolm said, it's a statue of him and one of his mistresses.
Oh, Malcolm. You can't say that about a beloved cult figure like Martin Luther King.
A modern cultural icon.
A modern cultural icon.
A modern cultural icon.
A living touchstone.
And his statue.
I will say, I remember I was in Washington, D.C. when his first statue in like the State Mall came out. And I loved and I wasn't there at the unveiling, but I saw a video of the unveiling while I was sort of in town. And one of the things I loved most of all of that was that immediately after it got unveiled, someone in the crowd yelled, "He's too white!"
All right, so I got bored and picked random answers for this quiz, and we're Hufflepuff.
Awesome.
What?
Great job.
It's actually kind of funny.
Bullshit. I don't know if that's good or not.
It's actually kind of funny. Every single quiz I've taken from like either Pottermore or any other fucking Harry Potter, because those have existed since the fucking like second movie was out. What Hogwarts house are you? I've always been Slytherin. And anybody who actually knows Harry Potter knows that that's bad, but it's not. And I'm like 100% a Slytherin.
Well, you do look like you're one of your celebrity doppelgangers is Robert Felton.
Oh, Robert Felton. Is that Malfoy?
Yes.
Is that just because he's also named Robert?
Yes. Hold on.
Yes.
Yes.
No, that's not his name. What's his name?
Yeah, Robert Felton is an American football player who's 6'4" and played, I think, played for Arkansas.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Draco Malfoy, who's Tom. He's Tom Felton.
Tom Felton. Yeah, you look like.
I do not look like Tom Felton.
He's the most Tom Felton looking guy that's ever Tom Felton looking at all.
Most people have said I looked like, what's his name? Kylo Ren.
You look like Adam Driver?
I look a little bit like Adam Driver. I think it's mostly just the nose.
Yeah, and Malcolm's got comedy like tater salad.
Malcolm already has his celebrity look-alike, the drummer from Black Keys. I've got several of mine, apparently. Harper, what's your celebrity look-alike?
People say I look like the fat guy from Sex Trip or whatever. Sex Drive, that's it.
Okay. I said in a previous episode, I said he looked like a very specific NHL hockey player.
Oh, Clark Duke. Okay. Maybe you look more like Philip Seymour Hoffman. Between the two, I'd say you look more like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I've been cast as a Jonah Hill type prior.
That's
Jonah Hill lost weight. Anyway, so
yeah, he's a skinny legend now.
You look like if Philip Seymour Hoffman wore glasses.
Hey, listen, power to the people. I've never been married. I don't have a wife.
We're cutting like 10 minutes out of this podcast now.
We're cutting a lot of it out. But seriously, I want to transition.
All right, let's hear it.
Listen,
Congratulations.
Okay.
I got Harper with that before.
Listen, I got a question. This was a fan question. They wanted me to bring this up onto the podcast. All right. This is a very specific question.
Okay. What's the question?
The question was, this is a Seinfuck fan question time, was if you were a woman and you became a man for a day, could you make yourself come in that day?
Yes.
Wait, so I was originally a woman and I've become a man.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the question maybe make I guess wouldn't
I'm just reading what I was written.
What you were written? Yeah, I get it.
I'm
just reading what I wrote down.
Well, I didn't write this down.
I mean, if I would say that if I was originally a woman and became a man, that I would probably pretty easily be able to make myself come. But if I was a man turning into a woman, it might be a little more difficult because I suck at sex now. No, I think I'd figure it out. Honest answer. I think I'd figure it out.
Oh, smart guy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If I was as myself as a cis man who became a woman, a cis woman, I think that would be maybe a little harder. But you use toys, whatever. And, I think if I was the woman who became a man for the day, I could make myself come. I think it's an easier trip.
Wait, are you saying it's easier to make yourself come as a woman than it is a man?
No, it's easier to make myself come as a man.
A very confusing question.
Yeah, it is. But I got some inside information in which the person who asked the question to me.
Oh, I know 100% who this is from.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Here's the perfect explanation that she's seeking, no doubt. I can tell. The perfect answer. It is much easier to churn butter than it is to dig a small child out of a crevice. You know what I mean?
Whoa!
Thank you so much for your fan mail.
Thank you very much.
What's a better analogy? It's easier to churn butter than split peas.
What are you doing? What are you doing to these poor women when you're splitting peas in the
Well, because you're trying to get
maybe it's the analogy. It's easier to churn butter than it is to roast beef.
It's easier to churn butter. It's easier to churn butter than it is to dial an AM ham radio to find the signal that's been broadcast about 6 miles away.
That's probably the most accurate.
But we can also say it's easier to churn butter than it is to who refuses to sit still. Cut that part out, Sasha.
No, don't.
Keep it in. Here's the thing. That whole bit was for Sasha.
We've already cut too much.
Cut that part out, Sasha.
No.
That last part. Everything else.
No.
Sasha, cut Malcolm saying that part.
No, keep it in. Keep it in.
Sasha, keep it in.
Cut Robert saying stop though, but keep that in.
Edit it in saying God damn it.
Yeah, God damn it.
God damn it.
No, that's a best of Seinfuck compilation moment. Oh, God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it.
I feel that probably would be a good Seinfuck compilation of me every single time I said God damn it.
Sasha, put a pump of lotion in your hand.
We're going to teach you how. Okay. Now you're going.
We're going to teach you how to please a man.
Now we're going to get a video going. Here's the address. Don't ask. Podcast listeners, you'll find it yourself via context.
1921 North Rocket Point Boulevard, San Diego, California, 85332.
That's an Arizona fucking zip code.
It's hard to differentiate it, but it is San Diego.
Okay. Yeah, you're in El Cajon or something. Okay.
No, I'm in your mom.
Hey, now what you're going to get that video going, then you're going to wait until you get some motion. I can't finish this bit.
I also have a quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
In the same vein, I was thinking while I was answering this, if you were a man and became a woman, what would you do after you masturbated?
There's
nothing else to do.
No, there's other things to do. Just
Name 4.
I probably pee. Kind of figure out how that works. That is one thing that my talking to my sister at one point where she's just like, "How do you guys pee?" And we're just like, "What?"
Sharing secrets.
I was sharing the secret lore. I'm just like, "But what do you mean?" Like, but it like dangles down there. I'm like, "Yeah." Well, but how do you pee? Just like we hold it. Like, what do you mean you hold it? And I was like, yeah, we just grab the penis.
Well, you didn't tell her that you stood up first. you left that part out.
Yeah, it's just like, it was so weird. Oh my God. I love my sister. I genuinely do. But she's an interesting individual.
Yeah, I need another beer.
Listener to this podcast.
He's going for number 6. Cop King.
Yeah, this one is little Hazy Little Some IPA by Lagunitas.
Lagunitas. Lagunitas.
Pretty hoppy, but it's got a nice body to it as opposed to the Voodoo Rangers. If I was maybe a couple inches taller, I wouldn't think of killing myself as often, I think.
Okay, completely different topic because I do not want to go down that rabbit hole.
I mean, I'm a pretty tall guy, and my life's pretty great.
My eyelashes.
It was just like it does get better. I think I'm only going to be like 5'8" or 5'7". Oh, then it doesn't. It's terrible.
Yeah. they say you're a short king, but really, it's more like a joke. You're not
the
a
jester.
king at all. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh. Malcolm, how does your tall privilege affect your day-to-day life?
I mean, it's hard for me to find clothes because I don't really fit most clothing store sizes because they're not long enough. Women just throw themselves at me. That's for my comedy.
I can't get a night of peace without having to get a nut off on these women.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you have to hit your head on all those windowsills or whatever the fuck you say when you break into fucking orphanages.
What do I do? I deliberately give myself brain damage so that when I wake up, I go, I must be only 5'10". And then I find out I'm 6'5". And I'm like,
you deliberately give your brain damage, just like, what's this thing called Skyrim?
Yeah, Skyrim.
No worries, buddy. We'll get you home. You can play some Skyrim, and you're just like, what is Skyrim?
He did it! He did it, ladies and gentlemen! The king! The god!
Todd Howard is stroking his chin while like a bunch of researchers are furiously scribbling on pads.
Scribbling and nodding on pads. Yes. It's perfect. The experiment, it's working! It's working!
I know exactly how we're going to sell Skyrim to them again.
That's a good Todd Howard.
It's not a Todd Howard just pitching my voice higher.
No, but that is a good Todd Howard. Have you ever heard him speak? That's a Todd Howard.
Yeah, so it sounds like.
I used to be the leader of the chess club. Look at me now.
God damn.
See that mountain? We're working on it.
Okay, I actually do. I know that I had already mentioned the once you get back home bit. That wasn't actually my segment. That's just something stupid I was obsessed with.
Phew!
Oh, good job! I didn't realize. Okay, but I wanted my segment. One of the things, I'm just getting back from Mexico. I was there for about 3 weeks. And one thing that I found myself doing a lot, because they have there's a pretty decent movie theater there, and it's like one of the only places with air conditioning, and it was pretty hot despite it being the winter. And so I found myself watching a fair amount of movies when I was there.
Yeah, well, it was hot because you were in Mexico.
Well, yeah, I was on the equator, basically. Yeah. Okay, but I wanted my segment to be about movies this week. And I wanted to ask you guys 2 questions, but I want to ask first one first, and then we'll get into the second question. What is your guys' favorite movie?
Oh, fuck off. That can't be the segment. You can't be alone.
No, I said there's a second question. Okay.
Answer the question, Malcolm. What's your favorite movie?
What's your favorite movie?
That's so hard to answer.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
What's the movie you like best?
What is a movie you can watch any day of the week that you fucking will enjoy no matter how many times you've seen it?
It's not a hard question.
It's a very hard question.
Okay, then Malcolm will give you a second. Harper, what's your favorite movie?
Office Space.
Ooh, good fucking choice.
I love Office Space. I can watch it no matter
It's
what.
such a fucking good movie.
I watch it multiple times a year. It never gets old.
Malcolm, or should I go on to mine?
You go.
Okay, my favorite movie, one that I can watch any day of the week without any freaking hesitation and will always have a great time, is The Blues Brothers.
Great movie.
1979, Jim Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, fucking incredible movie.
On a dusty road.
Yeah, it's ironically enough, or not even ironically enough, it turns out on my Spotify Wrapped this last year that the Blues Brothers soundtrack, I was like in the top.
That's awesome. It is such a great fucking soundtrack.
I don't even remember listening to it on Spotify, but apparently I go into fugue states and just listen to it.
Enough time has passed since the initial incident that I feel like it's my duty to bring up that not only did Robert say that it was Jim Belushi, not John Belushi, in The Blues Brothers, but neither Malcolm nor Harper picked up on this, frankly, careless flub. And I would like to step in to say that as an editor, I try to make this show as good as possible, but editing can only do so much. So I promise that we will do better for next time. Those fucking idiots.
They're like, you're the one of the top fans of the Blues Brothers soundtrack.
Oh, I'd probably be up there if I didn't listen to everything on YouTube nowadays, and I barely touch Spotify.
Well, that's it. Like, that's my thing. It's like I listen to a lot of like YouTube music. If they had a rap, my list would be a lot different.
If they had a YouTube Wrapped, I'd be concerned for my soul because it would be nothing but like 3-hour video essays and meme channel.
You've watched at least 7 10-hour loop videos. What the fuck?
You've listened to Godspeed You Black King for fucking 100 hours this year. What is wrong with you, dude?
Godspeed You Black Emperor. You
Oh yeah,
racist.
God damn it. Godspeed. That is the Detroit version of that band.
I see. Cover band, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That would actually be honestly incredible. It's like a jazz, like pop fusion of Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Just no one plays a horn for like a solid 20 minutes because it's
all
slowcore.
bass.
Just they're playing like a looping ambient track of rain falling. Anyway.
No, what was it gonna say? I just a little side note about Blues Brothers. If anyone has a copy of those lost Blues Brothers songs that got burned up in the Universal Studios fire, I hope you have them. If you don't, I will cry forever.
What's your favorite movie, Malcolm?
Oh my God. This is a really tough question for me. There's a lot of movies that are up there. I think it'd be easier to pick a favorite child.
It would be easier to pick. God, I'm glad you don't have kids.
No.
That we know of.
Yeah, that we know of.
These hidden bastards.
Malcolm's sowing his seeds all over town. He's too tall. They just latch onto him. Women, not children.
Listen, I go to Chicago and they just assume I'm a member of the Chicago Bears. That happened twice.
Well, you are a bear there.
I can't grow a beard. What are you talking about?
You're a polar bear. That's a beardless bear. I've got gay cousin. I know the terminology.
It keeps me up on the slang, the lingo. What's up, slime?
A bear without a beard is a no. Seal is supposed to be hairy as well. What? I think I actually no. I meant no. I'm switching otter and seal. Yeah, I'm a seal.
You are trying to distract us. The point stands. You should be able to select a movie that you prefer, if not outright favorite.
The one that you can watch any day of the week, any hour of the day.
Is it The Room?
Is it The Room?
Is it The Room?
It's not The Room, although The Room is up there. I think right now, as of recording in January 2023, I'm going to say that the movie is Collateral, the Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx movie.
Perfect.
From Michael Mann.
Collateral. Why don't I know this movie?
It's a movie. It's one of the movies of all time. Let's move this segment on, Robert. I'm trying to take a fat bitch to Treasure Island. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna take a big shit? Okay. Is that one?
Okay. Okay. So the second question is then, okay, what is a cult movie that you will go to bat for despite everyone else hating it? So it's a bad movie that you will defend no matter what.
Ooh,
now that's a tough one.
That's a tough one too. I want to say Jinko the Genetic Opera, but I genuinely hate that movie. I don't think it's good. You ever seen any clips from that movie?
I've seen the Repo, with Paris Hilton, right?
Yeah. Dude, Paris Hilton in that movie singing is so fucking funny. She's like, Grave Robber! Grave Robber!
Oh, okay. I've seen this movie. No, I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard of this movie. It's a horror musical. Jesus.
It's a horror musical from the director of like Saw 2 and 3. And
My
4.
semen comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial. And
A little glass vial. That semen is injected somewhere into Malcolm's anatomy.
I have seen that. I've seen of this. I've seen this as a track on YouTube is what I've seen it as like the soundtrack keeps showing up.
A cult movie I'll go to bat for.
I think a cult movie that I think is so bad and it's good, and I don't think enough people talk about it, is actually M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening. That movie is one of the worst movies ever made.
It is an awful movie.
But it's so funny. There are scenes in that movie in which when I rewatch them, I cry laughing. Like there's a scene. First of all, there's like a 2-minute scene where a guy talks about how much he loves hot dogs and like he misses hot dogs and that he like wants to eat hot dogs and he likes putting like ketchup and mustard on hot dogs. And you're like, what the fuck is this scene?
What?
Yeah, and then there's another scene in which because first of all, like Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel playing like a married couple is a very odd pairing.
Oh, Jesus. That is such a weird combination.
One of my other favorite moments is there's a scene where they're starting to realize like, oh, it's the plants. The plants are releasing something that's making the humans kill themselves. And like Mark Wahlberg goes into this monologue about, he's like, I'm so sorry. Like we need to learn to change. Please don't kill me. And then he goes, oh, wait. This is a fake plant. Like he's been talking to a fake plant the whole time. Like it's like again another like 2-minute monologue of nonsense.
That's such a weird thing. Yeah, why would you,
That's awesome.
as a director, why would you give time of day to that?
There's also this like really gratuitous shot in the movie where this guy there's like this kid in the movie. He's played by the kid who was like the head elf in like Santa Claus 2.
Yeah, okay.
Like that kid. And like they're like going to this old woman's house. They're like trying to warn her, like you gotta be safe, like the plants are trying to kill everyone. And then the old woman, if my memory serves, I haven't watched the movie in a couple of years, but like memory serves me correct. Like just like there's like a hole in the wall. She sticks a gun out and just shoots the kid.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
You're like, what is this movie? Like this movie, it was just the dumbest. Like, oh yeah, there's also a movie like in a scene where like they're doing this montage of like people killing themselves, and there's a guy who just like throws himself into a lion's den, and then the lions immediately pounce on him. You're like, that's not even that real.
That is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Did you either of you guys see Old? Because I didn't, and I couldn't be convinced.
I saw reviews for Old.
I heard Old is very similar in that it's like
A bad movie.
That kind of like weird bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's that one. And then my other classic like cult movie that I love, that's like the more traditional answer would be Face Off with Nicolas Cage. And
yeah, everyone. Yeah.
It's not exactly cult though. Everyone knows
it's
Face Off.
cult. It's cult. It qualifies as cult. There was one thing on Twitter.
Christianity's a cult, maybe, but like everyone knows Face Off and likes that movie.
No, not everyone likes that movie.
I saw someone call Titanic a cult classic the other day.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, and it made me mad. It made me mad.
They're like James Cameron's cult classic, Titanic, and you're like, that's not a cult classic.
That is literally one of the highest grossing movies of all time. That is not a cult movie.
I mean, I have like, there's a whole list of like these so bad they're good movies that I could just name. Like I also loved I feel like I might take one of yours, so I'll let you two do one and then I'll bring it back.
Well, I kind of wasn't going strictly for the so bad it's good. I was more going, you refuse to say that it's bad kind of movies. Like mine, for example, is a movie called A Cure for Wellness that came out in 2016, which by most people is at best a mediocre movie, but I really enjoyed it.
For me, Robert, have you ever seen Stone Cold?
No, what is that? Is it about Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No. Stone Cold is an action movie about some guy that is like one of those devil may care. Next time I'm taking your badge, police officers, you know?
Was it 1991?
I think so, yeah.
Street smart cop goes undercover to infiltrate and bring justice
biker gang.
to a ruthless motorcycle gang before they carry out their plans of tyranny and murder.
It is an awful film. And
that does sound bad.
I love every second of it because it's like the most degenerate, like late 80s action movie I've ever seen in my life. Let me give you a review, all right? Some guy who looks like Randy Orton, got like a bicycle pump stuck up his ass, is running around and like pretending he's a biker in a very thinly veiled racist biker gang. I don't even know if it's that thinly veiled. There are people like Sieging Heil and wearing the patch and everything.
Oh yeah, they're Sieging Heil. I'm not sure if these are bad guys.
Oh my god!
It's just like they take everything that's like every bad, like inexcusably racist kind of thing and put them into a biker gang. It's like they're Confederate supporters. They're Nazis. They abduct children and women.
This is so late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. This one picture I'm seeing of one of the biker guys where he's just shirtless wearing a leather jacket with fingerless gloves and those thin sunglasses that were everywhere in that era. That's hilarious.
The end of the movie, there's a scene where there's like a bomb on a helicopter and the helicopter's being flown by the people who are trying to get the main character. And they're just like, what about the bomb? He's just like, the bomb. And then the helicopter explodes.
It's awesome.
So stupid. It's a great cult, if you call it that, movie.
Yeah. Cult / terrible movie that you enjoy, or at least you can't watch enough of. A decent segment, better than my fucking GI comic book stories. I guess it's a visual fucking comedy.
Well, that segment's getting cut.
Oh, come on.
we can't do it.
No, I'm joking.
And I see we're running out of time here, so I'll just end with except instead of deporting Mexican people, I think Chris Chan would probably just deport people who have sex.
Well, let's not get it twisted. Chris Chan was also incredibly racist.
Thank you for listening.
We're not ending it there. We're gonna keep it going.
No, but the thing with come on, with the Christine, I got nothing for the jury's out bit. That was good. That was good.
Well,
that
it's
was
a thinker.
fine. It was fine.
It's the same problem with all your jokes. It's a thinker.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, guess what? I enjoy thinking.
Boo. Boo. Stop fucking thinking.
Stop thinking, you fucking loser.
It's not the point of comedy. You're overcomplicating a very human element of day-to-day life.
Rick, I don't think the point of comedy is to think about it.
Oh, jeez. I just want to laugh.
Jeez.
I don't think the point of comedy is talking about how smart you are. I think the point of comedy is connecting people on a basic basis.
I'm pretty smart.
Hey, have any of you guys seen my wife? She's getting fucked.